Today we're looking at the latest JFEGWO 8250 jump starter with air compressor. So we're going to open up the box, check it out, and then we'll try it out. I'm just going to use the hood of my old Chevy here as a little workbench. The box is taped shut, so we're going to razor blade that open. Alright, packing material, piece of foam, and it comes in a nice carrying case. Look at that. We've got a user manual, although from past experience, these JFEGWO jump starters are pretty self-explanatory. So let's set this aside. Got another nice piece of foam for protection. Here is our jump starter air compressor. So one of the things I like to do with these is see how much juice they have and just test them right out of the box without charging them. So let's see what we've got here. It'll probably drop because they sit in shipping and decharge a little bit. Figure out where we're really at. Okay, well, it only dropped down to 98. Not bad. We got a protective cover on here. I'm just going to take it off. There it goes. I knew it was going to go down a little bit more. Alright, we'll set this over here. Let's check out what else we've got in the bag here. This is a 12-volt accessory port, otherwise known as a cigarette lighter. And what you do with this is on the side here, there is a output. You can just plug it in here, and now you've got 12-volt accessory port. So we've got our USB-C charging cable, and this says free gift on it, so I don't know that they all come with these. But this one did come with a charger. So we plug that in there. You guys know how to do this already. The important part on here is there are two USB-C connectors. Only one of them is actually for charging, and it's the one that says in/out. You just plug it in here, and that's how you charge. Next up, we've got our jumper cables. This is for the positive side. This for the negative side. And over here, we have another little flap. We open that up, and we plug that in. Now we're ready to use it as a jump starter. We're not going to do that first. Here's our air compressor hose. Now this is pretty nice. It's got a bunch of adapters on here, so if you want to do something other than blow up a car tire, you can. You would just use this one, and you could probably just put it in, yeah, just like that. And then you can screw all of these into this piece. However, we're not going to use those, well, because my basketball and football playing days are over. But if you do partake in those sports, and you need to blow the ball up, well, this is what you use. You can also use this for a kickball or many other things. Probably more my speed is lounging around the pool, and I could use this adapter here to blow up a little swim raft or something like that. We're not going to use that. We're going to use this just the way it is and blow up a flat tire. We flip this upside down and pull out our hose. And then we're just going to screw this together here. And now it's ready to use. I can tell you from having used a bunch of these little air compressor jump starters, this metal right here is going to get really hot. So you want to be careful with this after you're done blowing your tire up. Yeah, that's definitely flat. Okay, hooking this up is pretty easy. You just take your cap off like you normally would. And then you put this on here, push it in as far as you can, and then lock it in place. I'm going to turn the power on. We're going to hit our mode button. And now we're on the air compressor side, and as you can see, we've got 3 psi. So it's set to 36 right now. We can either bring that up by hitting the plus button, or we can bring it down by hitting the negative button. I'm going to go ahead and just set it to 40, just because this car kind of sits here. Hit our stopwatch and tell it to go. And I'm going to hit this at the same time, and we'll see how long it takes to go from 3 psi to 40 psi in this tire. So go and go. All right, 4 minutes, 25 seconds. Probably, you know, with me taking my time hitting that stop button, probably more like 4 minutes. That's pretty respectable to go from 3 psi to 40 psi with a portable air compressor. Okay, I think we were at about 97% when we started the air compressor. Now it's down to 86, so about 10% points. That's not bad. But can it actually jump something? So to test that, I've got another car. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not really trying to start this car because I know it's not going to run. We do want to see whether or not it can crank the engine over and do some sustained cranking. That's a little bit more brutal on it anyways, because quite frankly, if the car just starts, that's easy. All right, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to open this flap over here and plug in our jumper cables. Just like that. Hook up our positive first. Of course, it powers down. That's on me, not on this. We may need to hit this force start button because I can assure you this battery is actually, you know what? Let me just show you how dead it is. All right, we're throwing the key in. No sound. No nothing. This thing's definitely dead. Again, from experience with jump packs, once you hook this up, the clock is ticking. These have automatic shutoffs after they've been trying to jump start a car for, you know, a minute or so. They just shut off and then you have to start over. So here we go. We're going to plug this in. We're going to connect up our negative here. Yep, it's trying. Okay, wow, that was actually pretty impressive. It had no problem kicking this engine over, and it wanted to just keep going. In fact, it's still trying to kick this off, and you can see we're down to about 72% now. Let me just disconnect that. Now it's no longer trying to jump start the car. That's pretty impressive. That worked really well. I really didn't expect that it was going to be able to crank the engine that long. I would have thought that any of its, you know, fail safes or it would have overheated or something with that long of a crank. That's pretty good. So it certainly has my approval so far. I've got one more bonus car to try and jump start. So let's go check that out. This is a 1948 Cadillac Series 75, and someone has replaced its original engine with a 500 cubic inch Cadillac engine from the mid-70s. So it definitely takes a lot of amps to kick this thing over. It also has a very dead battery. Twisting that key, nothing at all. Completely dead. Probably won't make any noise once it has power, but I'll leave it in the run position anyway. All right, same thing here. We're gonna hook up our positive. And then we're gonna hook up our negative. Turn you on. We're at 72%, and it is trying to kick this over. Let's see what happens. And hey, maybe it'll actually start. It's cranking it really fast. Wow. All right, it has stopped cranking for some reason. reset this. Yeah, it's ready again. Well, I'm not sure it's got any gas. Let me try some starting fluid. I'm just going to let that keep going. Alright, I see it has stopped trying again, and that's okay. That's to be expected. So I want to point out with pretty much every jump starter I've tested, and it's a lot of them at this point, that's normal. They will only try and start a car for a little bit, and then they'll just turn themselves off. You don't hear it clicking anymore. The green ready 12 volt has gone out. And generally all you need to do to get it to start again is just disconnect it and connect it again. So just going to disconnect it. And when we reconnect it, there'll be a ready 12 volt that's going to pop up here. There, see, 12 volt ready. And hear that clicking? That's it trying to crank it over. Now I put starter fluid in it, it'll probably start now. Perhaps a little more starting fluid. Well, there you have it. That jump pack didn't have any problem getting that monster to crank over, so you probably won't have any problems with it either. Like, subscribe, comment. See you down the road.